Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing this evening? Uh, it's Wednesday evening. Last week we were starting off this self-found crew. Um, we got a necro, which I will be running, and the reason why some people call me X because they can't pronounce the name. And we have our mage Conjurno, and we have our druid Indica. Last week we went through the tutorial, finished that up. So now we can finally leave. And here we go. We still need to find a fire beetle eye for the druid. Off to Crescent Reach we go. Somewhere we need to find a fire beetle eye because the druid needs it for some of her spells, like Flame Lick and Emulate and some of that. Unfortunately, we didn't find any in the tutorial because they don't drop in there. And I do not believe they drop here in Crescent Reach either. Which I think Dark Paul should look into that, because if you got a starting druid or a starting ranger, if they don't know to go to other zones to get the fire beetle eye, how are they going to cast their spells? So I was running a little bit late this evening to start the stream. Still trying to straighten things up here and get settled in. And the city of Crescent Reach. You have your bank over on this side here. And then on the second floor, you have your trade school area. Then there is a third floor that has been abandoned. And there is quite a few undead in there, as well as some rats and bats and all sorts of bad things. But that's not where we're going. What I like to do once I get out of the tutorial, a bunch of werewolves, is I'll come over here and I'll head to the bear cave. Reason why I like the bear cave, because you can get some high quality pelts, as well as thick grizzly skins to make some bags. And if I remember right, the ones with the thick grizzly is trivial around 36, whereas the high quality is trivial around 56. Okay, everybody's finally made it. We are running 3 mercs. We have the tank, the cleric, and a rogue. So we should. And there, my druid finally done level 10. Don't know why she's so far behind. Let's see, taking here and checking everybody's loot system. Alrighty. So yeah, this is a good place to go if you want to. If you're going to be doing any tailoring, I say keep all the pelts. There is a quest that you can hand in lower quality pelts, which I'll show later on in this series. But you can hand in low quality pelts for higher quality. It does take quite a bit of the lower quality in order to do the turn in. But that is something I will go over later on in this series, because we will be looking at trade skills. Even though I already have a master tailor on this server. But as stated, this is a self-found group. No twinking. No floating armor or gear from higher levels. Bazaar can be used. And of course, you know, somebody out there wants to give some stuff. We can't say no to that. But as far as twinking from my characters, that is a no-go. And we do have a bonus running at this time for Extra Life, which gives us more XP and more loot. As you can see, a few logs in here. Although I'm not going to bother with them. Since they are lower, I don't want to fill up my limited bag space until I can get some more bags. Ooh, level 12 already. Now, that's not a bad AUG, but required 20? Nah. maybe required 5, but by level 20, there's a lot more better hogs out there. Well, everything's all messed up, even this UI. The colors changed on me. That is something I do on my characters, is have a different color. And we have somebody joining. Hello, hello. We are live. How's everything going? Good.
You're streaming, I'll leave, man.
It's all good. I'm over here live on Twitch. Hello, Jovan. Yeah, started this crew last week on the live stream. Went through the tutorial. Now we're just hanging out in Crescent Reach, farming up some bears, getting some pelts. How you doing over there? How's your characters doing? Ding 13 already. This XP bonus is killing. Oh, it is insane. I just started, and I've already went from level 10 to level 13. This XP is insane. We also got Bill in Discord. He plays the character Yunkel on the Fuzzlewig Forum streams every Saturday night at 7. Feel free to join us over there. Where we get together, we do have a team that is level 85. Or at least some of us are. We still got to get Yunkel some XP there, don't we? We'll be working on it after stream, I'll tell you that. If you're still on, we'll get you up there in no time. I knew Joban, I knew he was doing Eldons the other night. Ding 14 already. How'd those Eldons go for you the other night? Pop less than the level with every kill? Most likely. Eldon's going good. I get XP so fast the mobs turn green by the time I finish the mission. Was that last night that they were doing that? Because the XP did actually start yesterday. because I spent a lot of time yesterday farming up some candies for Izzy's armor, and ended up getting level 93. So, Yunko, any ideas of what you'd like to do this Saturday? Ding 15 already. Yeah, this XP is crazy. Yeah, we got some chain boots and some cloth boots. Um, is MQ2 or IS Boxer best to use, or just do Alt Tab? Um, I can't really say much about IS Boxer. I tried it before years ago, and it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I stopped using it. I do know a lot of people who use it so that they can see different characters in different windows, um, which makes it easier to swap characters instead of the Alt tab. MQ2, I will state this: it is not something that is legal to use. However, I know a lot of people do use variants of the MQ2. There were talks with the developers about Red Guy's version, very vanilla. They did like it because it did take a lot of the warping hacks and stuff like that out. Um, but again, Daybreak does have that stance of no third-party software, but yet you see it all over the place in game. So if you do try to use any of those, be forewarned. You can get suspended or banned. But normally, if you just take things easy and don't be a douchebag, a lot of people just get away with it because it's really hard to prove. And we've got some Simple Defiant chain boots and Simple Defiant leather boots. Druid could use leather. And we'll put those on the Druid. And temper gloomy deep armor. So the Druid's the first one to get an upgrade. I'm leveling up so quick. My spell skills aren't keeping up. Keep fizzling. So I'll just sit here and glitch myself a little bit and get some mana back. Pretty much journeyman mercs. Yeah, you can just sit back and let the mercs power level you um, up to a point. It's one of the reasons why I always like a secondary healer in my groups, because the merc does get a little bit weak, say around 65 or 70. But with a secondary healer in the group, even my 90 crew still uses merc tanks, and they're still holding up. But yeah, I do have to back up heal the merc cleric. But also as a necro, all I gotta do is just sit back, throw my dots, and watch it go down. Later on in levels, yeah, you will be going to merc clerics instead of a tank, depending on the class that you are running. Some of your classes, I know my beast lord's getting to the point where he can take the hits better than the tank merc, and I've even been dumping a bunch of merc AAs in there. So you just got to depend on what you're capable of doing, and then judge from that. But you do just do a 2-man crew, so depending on what you're running, I can't remember what your main was, but yeah, eventually you will be looking into doing 2 healer mercs. Well, these bears are starting to get dark blue, and I just dung 16. So it's time to leave this bear cave. But we're still going to stay here in Crescent Reach. I'll get my other characters up here. There we go. We're going to come over here to the undead now. And we still haven't upgraded our spells since level 10 either, since we haven't been up to POK yet. Yeah, basically low level. You want to find reds and stick with them. Your merc can handle it. Just don't pull the whole zone and have him and expect him to stay there, because he won't live with that. And that's why we're moving up here to the undead, because them bears were getting dark blue. Let's see here. One more before the bridge. Now, there are a bunch of quests in here. That is part of the hero's journey. The only problem is you outlevel those quests before you can get them all done. But they do have some nice rewards to them as well. So if you want to take your time and hang out in the zone, do those quests, you do get not quite Defiant gear with those quests. Oops, there's somebody over there. Don't want to steal their area. Yeah, that druid damage shield is real nice. And we'll come over here. And there's a lot of people starting off new characters this week with that bonus XP. Leveling up jewel crafting. Do you know about the trade skill quest in Crescent Reach? You do the newbie trade skill quests here in this zone, and they get you up to around 54. I believe Fez has done a video on that, or was going to release one here soon, if he hasn't. He's the content creator. I'm just a streamer. But yeah, you do the trade skill quests here in Crescent Reach, and you get that trade skill up to 54. Then go get your trophy, do the trophy quest, and just power level it up. Definitely save all the gems that you can when you get them for loot, because you will definitely need them, especially the uncut gems. You'll definitely need a bunch of those to level up, unless you want to take the expensive way and buy the medals and actually practice that way. Could set yourself up a buyer in the bazaar and buy up a whole bunch of the uncut gems. Ooh, he's got a nice looking shield. Yeah, I will say Fez is the trade skill guy. He knows a lot more about trade skills than I do, which is just fine with me. He's taught me a few things on trade skills because I've never looked at the stuff in between. I just tried to hurry up and get my trade skills up because of a lot of the quests later on in the game has some great rewards. And that was usually my main goal with trade skills, was to be able to do those quests to get those rewards. Oh, did Allerhead come in? Great. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm not much of a drinker, but every now and then I do like to have me a little. And that Allerhead seems to fit the bill, so to speak. So I'll write that down. You're going to be getting drunk this Saturday so we can troll you while we're streaming. Hey, Fez, how you doing? You made it. Oh, shoot. The XP is going so quick, I can't even find out who's leveling. They're all leveling so fast. Started the stream about 30 minutes ago at level 10, and I'm now level 19. Fellowships, uh, yeah, they're kind of like mini guilds. You don't get any bonuses like banks or anything like that. Um, but yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Yeah, the fellowships are good for the campfires. Um, it does give you a way to port back. So, say you're bound in POK and you're out and about somewhere doing some adventuring. You can lay that campfire down, gate back to POK, do your selling and banking, and then use your fellowship insignia to port back to your campfire and continue on your raid. Don't have to worry about all the running around again. Yeah, this is Crescent Reach, Fez. Um, we just walked out of the tutorial, did a little bit of the bears, now we're doing some undead, and they're starting to blue out, so I might be looking at heading off somewhere else. And we got some Defiant armor in the window. That tunic the druid can use. Well, this druid's going to get twinked out big time. She got new boots, new tunic, and a shield now. Running low on mana, so I'll just kind of sit back and lich myself a little bit. Ooh. Defiant robe. Thank you, thank you. No more glooming deep there. Yeah, it looks like it's about time to work our way out of here. Fed's over there tossing salads. Let's see, catch up here on the. I know that the Lightfire Morse is a. Oh, Blightfire. Yeah, Blightfire. I actually start that around 16 or so. Those gnolls. Just running around killing those gnolls up there. Around 16. That's some good XP. But yeah, Blightfire Moors is actually the next area that I planned on going to. I usually stick around these undead. Usually right around until 18 or 19. There's still good XP at that point. Of course, with this bonus, that just went right through that. Yeah, you do get a lot of quest items from the Moors. Man, saw that guy with the shield. I know my mage can use it, but I'll let that other group take it since it's their area. And ding 21. Sure, my guys are still following. So now that we've gotten through here, things are starting to turn dark blue. At this level, our mercs can handle it. We'll head off to the next zone. Yeah, it's normally my path too, is I'll go from here over to the Knolls and Blightwood, then the Pumas or Slash Claws to get some cat pelts. And I usually do that until about 25 or so. And then I head off to Gulf of Gunfact, Loy Zone. Doing the undead on the beach there. Just make a nice little ring around there and keep on going until you run out of mana. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to end up doing most likely off stream, is sit in that little pool in the guild hall and practice my spell casting. My skills are lacking. So, how's things going, Yunko? You still logged in? You still doing the dailies over there?
Need one more to really.
Nice.
Canadas.
I haven't been there in quite some time. I might have to visit there. It's been a while. Hey, we're up to 5 viewers. Welcome all. How's everything going? Feel free to say hi. Yeah, go ahead, Uncle.
Kind of funny getting here. We're having to jump in that cannon.
Yeah, I always did like that idea. Hey, thanks for the follow, Juan. Let's see here. Actually, I don't know why I came to POK, but we're here. And one of the first things you'd like to do is come over here to the Soul Binder and bind your soul. One of the things that when you start off in the tutorial, your character is bound in the tutorial. So if he was to die, you would go back to the tutorial But if you're too high a level, it'd kick you out and send you back to POK. And some people do have some crashing issues when that happens. So whenever you're done with the tutorial, make sure you come up to POK and bind your soul. Sorry about that. Come up here, do some sellings. Ooh, I didn't see we got a Defiant breastplate and greaves. Nice. We'll put those up in the bazaar to be sold. That way we can make a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and, well, maybe not. I guess we'll pop it into the bank. Yeah, I definitely need to make some more bags here. Didn't get a chance to make all of them that I needed. But what we can do is come over here to the tailoring merchant that's in the small bank and buy you some compacted bags. They are in my trade school satchel here. Find yourself a loom or your tailoring kit, and you can make yourself some bags real quick to fill up the slots. And I'll make some extras for the crew here. Let's see if I can find the crew again. And let's see. Indica, how many bags does she need? She only needs 2. And how many does the mage need? That is, if I can find the mage. Where did he go? He was hiding in the bank. Silly little gnome. Let's catch up here on the chat. So it's Joby1 on your name. Okay. And Fizz says, I wish I could hang out with you guys more, but I'm passing out over here So have a good night. Good luck with the stream. Thanks, Fez. You have a good night and you get some sleep. I know his sleep schedule's been a little messed up lately since he's been off work. So let's see. Now that we've got some bags on our tunes, let's get those bags all situated here. Sorry for the delay in the just spewing off into space.
Pretty hippie.
Yeah, what's that?
Focus of Zot.
Focus of Zot. Is that the shielding spell line, or I'm not?
I don't play a beast.
Is it a spell or an item? What level? Oh, okay. Well, my Beast Lord is 93. So he does have an upgrade to his shielding already. But thanks for the offer. I appreciate that.
This spells drop here, so
Yeah, those rank 2s are a lot better than what you can buy off the vendor. But yeah, he's past that. He's in his 90s. I'm hoping by this by the 14th, when all this XP's over with, I'll have him up in the 100. So yeah, I'll be logging on to him after I get done streaming here. Now, one thing that we haven't done yet, besides going to get our spells, is we haven't been able to go get a fire beetle alive for the druid yet. And how can you be a druid without a fire beetle eye? A couple places you can get them. Outside of Rivervale in Misty Thicket is a good place to get them. However, what I prefer is right outside of Neriac in Nectarless Forest. And we'll take the stone over there. There seems to be more fire beetle eyes that drop over in Necklace Forest than Misty Thicket, from what I've found. However, with Misty Thicket, you port right in there and you can start killing them right away. Here in Necklace Forest, you got to run closer to the city. Side tip, if you want to start a TLP at the very beginning and you want to make a Dark Elf Necro, here is a great place to farm up bone chips to begin with. This is all undead in here, and the spawn rate on those are rather quick. Usually, if I do a Necro and a TOP, I'll start off as a Dark Elf until Cunark releases, then I'll race change to the superior race of Ixar. I'm kind of partial to Ixars myself. As some of you have seen on Fez's streams, I've taken my Beast Lord out. He is a Ixar. I do plan on doing another series later on after this one with a monk who will be Ixar also. My original SK that I had back on Braille / Kazi Thul now was also an Ixar. Woohoo! Fire Beetle Eyes! That was quick. I expected that to take a little bit longer. Because I was also running my other tunes to get spells. So we'll take our time and run back. Because frankly, I haven't been able to buy a gate yet. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I am buying some spells on my other tune. Sorry about that. That was a lot of spells to buy. And while they're med notes up, let's see. Catch up on chat here. I was looking for a class like a mage, but with melee, aka high DPS and solo ability, but the melee was focused rather than casting. Beast Lord. Yeah, Beast Lord or Shadow Knight will be your best guess. Although Beast Lord's pets are a lot better than Shadow Knight pets. Sorry about that, Yunkel. But yeah, try out a Beast Lord if you want something like a mage with melee. Because even with the Beast Lord, you can have your pet there fighting with you, and then you can back off and heal your pet, and then jump back into the foray. You always got that pet there that can always take the aggro off of you. But also be prepared for a lot of buffs, because Beast Lord is a mix between a monk and a shaman. And as most of us know, shamans are the buff class. So yeah, as a Beast Lord, you will be doing quite a few buffing as well. But I do enjoy the Beast Lord class. I will have to say that I really do enjoy the Beast Lord class.
He wants to.
Well, Joby One, I believe he's a two boxer. I know he's been doing some Eldons this past week. So you have to be at least a two boxer to do that with your mercs. Beast Lord Druid is a great. That's how I started off my Beast Lord. But yeah, Beast Lords are good soloers too. Not so much at the beginning, but as you get up in levels, yeah, Beast Lords can solo pretty good. Just don't expect to be taking on reds. Shadow Knight is another good class. That's more melee focused, but also has necromantic spells. Um, they also have Feign Death, which gets them out of situations. Beast Lords get Feign Death in their 80s. So that does help the Beast Lord out as well. Shadow Knights wear full plate, where Beast Lords wear leather. So Beast Lords do get hurt a lot more. Um, you tried a newbie Shadow Knight and Warrior. Yeah, at low levels, their DPS is low. Yeah, their DPS is low at low level. But the survivability of the Shadow Knight, his DPS does rise. Um, Warriors, not so much. Paladins, I don't know why they're still around, but anyway, um, Paladins do good in their own right. But the SK, his DPS does rise up at higher levels. So don't give up on the SK just yet. But Beast Lord will out DPS the SK without a doubt, though. In fact, the Beast Lord I had on Yellowknack, I was out DPSing the mages and the rogues. I had one or two rangers and all the monks that were ahead of me. I was usually hitting about 6, 7, 8 on the parse. So if you're looking for DPS, Yeah, I would suggest a Beast Lord. Pair that with a Druid. You're good to go. Or if you want, you can pair it up with a Bard. Have the Bard songs going. Make that Beast Lord even better. And we're now off to go get Necro spells. Now that the Druid and the Mage is done, of course, they got us Necros down in the basement here. Let's see. Nope, I don't have any spells, so it's Focus Death, Find Affinity, Life Draw, Heart Flutter, Infectious Cloud, Voice Graph. One of my favorite Necro spells. I can't remember. Do SKs get Voice Graph later on? Oh man, that spell is so much fun. Oh man, I remember.
The old days was good, but that's about
it. I remember I was on my Necro.
EC Tunnels days, that was probably pretty good.
Oh, actually, this was Pop days. On my Necro, I'd go and DMF myself, get up high enough that I can get on top of the main bank roof, and have my pet standing there at the door. And then I would feign death so nobody can see me. And I'd pan out so I can see what's going on around the bank, have voice graph on me, and have my pet talking to everybody around the bank, and nobody can see who was controlling him. Oh, you should see the people just running around doing that. That was so much fun.
Fun little niche spell.
Oh, it is. It is. It has no real variance on the game. It's just a fun little play spell to do. I remember one group, one of my friends invited me into the group. It was just me and him and a bunch of people we didn't know. And he sent me a tale and told me that these people were afraid of some psycho necro coming in, which right then and there told me exactly what I needed to do. I put voice graph on and I started having a conversation with my pet. And they were starting to freak out because I'm actually having a conversation with my pet while we're fighting. And of course, I have my pet talking right back to me. Some of the fun things we used to do. Of course, nowadays people know all about it, so they would just look at me and say, "Oh, well, he was just being stupid."
Give you a story. My very first time playing EQ. I started out like in I started out as a wizard. Like it's forever to cross that, get on the boat, cross that ocean, go to Freeport. I came in, I was like newbie, didn't know where I was going. Came in there and he handed me like a intelligence embracer. I don't remember his name. The name was like Dre Lion or something. Here, have was the coolest thing ever.
That was
Coolest, coolest thing ever. He just like, here, have I like three wisdom, three decks or something. I thought that was the greatest thing.
that is something about EQ players. It, they are very generous in a lot of things. Um, well, just like the other night, you had a fanboy giving you stuff and parceling you stuff just out of the blue.
EQ community is so close because nobody ever plays this game anymore, and no anybody playing has played it for.
That is true. Now, you still have some people that are kind of new, never played the game. Um, and truthfully, if people are like that and they actually explain it to the other players are more than happy to help them out, give them tips. Yeah, the EQ community is very, in the long run, it is very close knit. Sorry, arranging my spells while I chat.
EQ was a back in the day. EQ was a very soft game, not so much anymore. But you had to rely on other people to do stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, back in the day, you didn't have the Defiant gear dropping left and right. Um, and even on the TLPs, the Defiant gear doesn't start dropping until the Serpent Spine expansion opens up.
Like Epic, it's a whole guild of 50 people get you one.
Yep, that is true. And it was so much fun doing that, getting everybody together and everybody felt the accomplishment, not just the person getting the reward, because these were such epic fights to do. Um, going up to Plane of Sky or Plane of Fear and having to take care of the bosses there.
All night to do it. Up there, a whole 54 hours to clear.
Yep. And the corpse runs back then. Oh my God. You die, you wipe in fear. You're going.
Breaking into fear was a accomplishment.
Exactly. I mean, you break into fear and you got mobs hitting you left and right there as you zone in. You got to hurry up and get them to the side before they overcome you. But if you wipe in there, a lot of times some of the smaller guilds would get the bigger guilds to go into fear and do the corpse run for them,
Yep.
drag them all back to the entrance. Yeah, playing of fear back then was harsh.
To be my first character was a wizard, and you get to play the hate with a wizard portal. Didn't want to be that first wizard because you knew you were gonna die.
This is true. Yep. Joby One says so. Druids pull with snare and beast lord DPS with a couple of mercs as support. No. Have your druid in the back. Reason why I say that is your beast lord will eventually get the slow spell, which will slow the mob's attack rate. Um, Also, your beast can use throwing weapons to pull, and eventually he'll also get feigned death. So you got to remember the beast lord is part monk. He's a better puller than what your druid would be. So most likely you'd be running your beast lord and having your druid as backup for heals, snare, and dot. Now, I believe it's at level 59. The beast lord does get an AA, hobble spirits, which will grant their pet to cast snare on the mob. So even at higher levels, a lot of times my druid doesn't snare because my pet does, which will save the druid mana and he can do more healing and DPS. Corpse runs made the game too exciting. The risk of losing all your gear was harsh. Yes, it was. Um, and yeah, back then with those corpse runs, it was a real fear of actually losing all your gear just because you ended up making a mistake and dying. Or you were traveling on the boats and ended up drowning and not knowing where you were because you went link dead. I've seen that happen many times. Made some money off of that as a necro, summoning corpses.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, necros don't get asked that much anymore. Okay, I think I'm finally done with my spells here. So let's gather the crew back up.
They have 100,000 minutes.
Yeah, by the time I got 100 plat or 100,000, I'd already spent it about 50 million ways. Oh, I need this upgrade. Oh, he's selling that upgrade for me. Oh, yeah. Either that or, okay, I need more vicious mana for my tailoring. Got to go get the materials and pay an enchanter to go cast a spell. And let's see, we're gathering up all the tunes here. Give me a moment to run those over. And we'll head to Blightfire Moors for some more fighting.
One made Everquest game was this people.
Yeah, EQ, that was basically a chat service with a game behind it. Um, they made it to the point where you had to stop, met up, and gave each other a chance to talk and get to know each other.
They had that game alive and
Now, up in higher levels, you still do have a lot of that going on. Not as much as you did in early years. I will tell you that.
Arnor's cat. I mean, played with Kunark was last.
Yep.
Zebulus.
Well, poo. I spent all my plat on spells. Forgot to save any. So we're going to be doing this the hard way because I can't afford mercs. Do a little bit of kiting here until we can get some plat to get the mercs up.
I watched one of your videos where you were like a bird in duck.
Over on Oakwind,
That could have been.
yeah, I was playing a ranger and a shaman.
For the tank. I've been a ranger.
Yeah, I was playing a ranger shaman duo with some friends of mine. Yeah, they wanted to play on the Oakwind server.
You might have been in lower gut, the bedroom. Can't take them right now.
Yeah, we did Upper Guck right there at the Lower Guck entrance, and then we moved over to 3 Point, and then after that we went to the bedroom. I didn't think I filmed the bedroom. I guess I did. Yeah, that was a fun time. Unfortunately, one of the guys there just kind of got a little bit. I'm trying to be polite. Um, let's just say he was rather rude. And I was just fed up with it. And that's when we ended up quitting the group. And
It was everybody meant well. It's uh, like everybody hitting for like 20s and
well, you got to remember, we weren't geared. There was no Defiant or anything like that.
that's the old EQ.
Yep. Um, in fact, I was wearing tattered and patched and some studded leather that I had made just to practice up on his tailoring so I can make bags because we didn't have any bags. Hey, Joby One joined the Discord chat. I was wondering who that was that came in. Hey, you're more than welcome to speak up if you like. I kind of do an informal. I try to. My goal is to stream twice a week. Um, Wednesdays have been where I'm starting off at as the relaunch. I just haven't figured out another night to stream that I'm not helping Fez out.
Gave you a lot of credit, man.
That he did, and I appreciate it.
Incredible person.
I wouldn't say the most knowledgeable. I'm sure there's other people out there that know a little bit more about EQ than I do.
As far as later expansion,
Oh, the later expansions, I have no clue what's going on. I know House of Thule because I spend a lot of time in there, and I'm the type of person that once I get to the point where the XP is slowing down, I don't worry about the XP that I'm getting. I go try to fight all the names and get the 100 achievements done. That becomes my new goal instead of actual leveling or grinding out the XP. Now, of course, once the mobs get a little too low for me, I'll move on. But yeah, I'll work on the 100 achievements more than anything.
always seem they're like one step ahead of us.
Um,
Yeah. I was missing. Okay, about the same. Because it's a slow.
yeah, it has changed so much in so many ways since then.
What I think kills a lot of it for people is the UI. The UI, they're like it's so overwhelming.
truthfully, I hate the default UI.
But then people don't realize that you can move all this stuff around and set it up how you.
Yeah, that's why I use a custom UI. I've been using this UI for years. Um, it's actually a default old UI off of EQ interface. Um, they've got a lot of great UI pieces and full sets that you can use that make the UI a lot easier on the eye. Um, when they changed the spell gems, to me they all look the same. So that's why I switched back over to the old spell gems and the old spell icons because of the fact that I knew what those were, and I think the actual icon itself had more explanation of what the spell does than what the new ones do. I mean, like Heat Blood, that's a fire spell because of the fire emblem. Okay, we won't mess with those two. Oh no, I lost my pet. Sorry about this. My poor mage is going to die. Now he's after my druid. I think I'll abandon that one. Had enough mana for one, but not enough mana for two. So you guys have any other good stories? Okay, let me rephrase that. Excuse me. Mm, that was a rough one. Okay, let's rephrase that. Is there any stories you can tell me about EQ that can be aired on a PG viewing?
They're almost all
Mm.
PG, but it happened so long ago. Wipe after wipe after wipe, and busted. I used to be in a hard time raiding guild. If you didn't show up here, so you had pretty much, it was like a poop sock kind of thing. You had to be on call 24/7.
Now, I did my time in the bat phone guilds, and that's just something I can't do anymore.
Oh no, we can't do it now because we're so much older. But don't really take it slow. But back in the day when this game first came out, that's what it was because we were fighting other guilds. But now with the agents and chains and stuff, you really don't have to do that.
This is true. With the addition of the Agent of Change, it has freed it up so that smaller guilds actually get a chance to do some of these raids. I do believe that is one quality of life that was very needed. Uh,
There's just really not enough people on at one time to do it.
exactly. The reason why we don't do raids is, basically we're a very small guild.
A lot of vaults.
Yeah, most of what you see in the window are alts. So there really hasn't been, I wouldn't say much interest in raid zones, but lack of participants to do them. Uh,
Done it at one time. Yeah. This is pretty much like leisure guild, I would call it, because it's like a no pressure, do your own build up. But
yeah, it was just made so that the people that follow along with Fez and us um, can when they're in game, they can chat, find groups, um, get a hold of us if you have any questions. and you don't have Discord access, um, and just basically a place for people to chill and have fun. Play the casual game, the group game. Um, Now I know Yunkel over there, he's been looking into wanting to do some of the raids, and I'll be more than happy to take some higher level tunes on off nights and go into some of the raid zones. In fact, I had planned on doing that to make some videos of some of the older raid zones for the TLP players. The only thing is, with raids, you can't use mercs because once you're in the raid format and you have more than one group, that's it. No more mercs. You have to rely on people only. Some of your raid instances won't allow mercs either. So you got to remember, your limitations there.
Pretty chill. It's chill. We haven't raided, but Fez is like the ultimate. He's a
Correct. We don't really schedule, but say if you're doing your epic and you need help doing your epic, just say, hey, guys, this night at such and such time, I'd like to get together and take on Plane of Fear. Oh, yeah, we'd be more than happy to try to arrange to get people there for you. And most of the time, we'll probably be bringing our higher level tunes just so that we can clear it all out a lot easier and a lot quicker for you.
cool. So depends what you want to do. If you want to do your Epic 1.0, hey, I'm there for you, man.
Oh, yeah. Um, Epics for some classes um, are a waste, except for the prestige of actually doing it, and the excitement of actually doing it yourself. Um, some classes, even in the high end game, is still required to have your 2.0 or 2.5, whatever it is now. So it actually depends on, you and the class that you want to play. Um, as a When I do TLPs, I usually do start off as a Necro because that is my second favorite class. And yeah, I will do my epics on TLPs. because that is the best weapon you can get at that time in that era. But here on live, it's not so much the weapon that is going to be the best for you, but it's the gameplay itself. I hope that explains it.
It depends on what epic you're working on. I mean, the epic 1.0s and 1.5s are really kind of worthless.
Yeah, but if you need the 1.0 to do the 1.5 unless you do the prequest.
Right.
Now,
Not really more complex. It's just there's more to learn. Like the alternate monetary stuff, and not really changed a whole lot, but more to learn because there's alternate there's uh, ways, not a lot more questing like your armor compared to what it used
yeah, it used
to.
to
Now,
be go out and find dungeons and grind.
you go out, find a group, and grind, but now it's more like more questing. Are you half pint? What's your character's name? You're not. Are you? You don't have a character in a guild? Okay. So you're a subscriber to him, so you get the Discord access. You can contribute,
Shoot, you just join it.
even if it's helping other members. You know what I mean? Joining up with them.
Yeah, and even if you want to join us on our Saturday streams, we've got room. Even at 75, it wouldn't really matter. We can get you up to level without a problem. Um, I'm going to be doing some leveling with the uncle here. He's got tomorrow and Friday off, and after stream tonight, you'll be more than welcome to join us if you like. I think we done him 80 last time, so we need to get him 5 more levels.
I hit 82 tonight.
You did hit 82, or you're going to?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, congrats. Yeah, as long as you're within level range of grouping, we're casual enough. We don't care. Ooh, ding.
Looking for like a casual guild, but we're not a big raiding guild. There's a lot of boxers and a lot of alts and
Yeah, Fez does have a lot of alts in there. Ooh, some simple Defiant drops. I'm catching up to the Druid.
new characters are on Coronavirus.
I believe his characters are on Fronovi.
Yeah, I was on Fox before, but I transferred them all over to so for two reasons. One, Fez such a casual with characteristic of, and then two, it's a coronavirus. It's super
One of
popular.
the busier servers on the. I even transferred my Necro over to a lot more people playing on it.
Yeah, Fronovi is a very popular server. A lot of people like that free trade, which is why Mischief is still one of the high pop TOP servers because they have the free trade plus the random loot.
I, I I got back into this game because of nostalgia, and I saw Fez on YouTube, and thought that would be the place for me because I can't keep a schedule. So if you like nostalgia, I hate it with my inventory. All this double loot shit is kind of crazy.
Another advantage of coronavirus. I so it's slow. It's like, hey, this is oh my gosh.
Yeah. TLP is traditional. Just looking to like level up real fast. Coronavirus is the way to go. Plus all the gear, excuse me, all the gear is no trade. I mean, no. You can almost buy it off the bazaar.
Yeah,
All the no drop stuff you can buy off the bazaar.
yeah. Even though I am a TLP player, I am taking a break from them right now. Um, I was on Yellowknack, but it pretty much died out when Oakland came out. And I wasn't too happy with the Oakland rule set, so That's why I came over here and talked to Fez and started messing around with the guys over here, just taking a break, enjoying EQ now, I should say. Oh, a nice low level AUG. Although I think they got the level wrong. Should be lower than 25 with 1 to all stat.
Maybe you would know this. It's like a quest. Each zone has this like you can like do a quest for.
Each zone?
Yeah.
I'm not for sure of.
I think it's some guy who does the dailies and stuff. There's like a quest he gives out.
Oh, he doesn't. It's not a
It's a
quest.
hot zone deal or something like that.
It's random drops. They're the hot zone AUGs. They're random drop zones. Um, like this one right here that I just got. I don't know if you're watching the stream or not, but this was actually a hot zone AUG. Symbolic Blightfire Moss. Now, there are expansions that have a quest for nice AUGs, but that covers, like the expansion, like the hand AUG that we were doing. Um, that's actually from the expansion itself. Going off to all those different islands and doing all the quests for them, getting those bone pieces. One that I'm working on with Izzy is Secrets of Fadar. They got a nice head AUG. It's got like hit points 130, mana 130, some AC, and I can't remember the rest of it. But it's a really nice AUG, and I'm in the process of doing the quest for it. But that's for the whole expansion, not just one zone. But well, I've been on here for a couple hours now, so and about 13 levels. So I think it is time to call it an evening. I know Yunkle's getting excited to get a few more levels. Jovi1, if you're online and you want to join us with your druid, you're more than happy to. I'll be switching over to my beast lord. But thanks for joining. Hit that like button if you could. Subscribe if you like. Ring the bell. And share it to all your friends. Everybody, have a nice evening.